I heard you wanted some more Cathay gameplay, so here we are in this replay from Anti-Kaiju. He's got the best, most meta, and most metal of the dragon siblings. Zhao Ming, with his dragon breath and his awesome van braces and his warding iron. He's ready to rumble, even though he also, I think, has a broken attack animation or two. Anyway, some Longmas here, great Longma regulars, and some righteous lances against Kislev. Got two little Groms already, who seem to have destroyed one great cannon model, or grand cannon, sorry. Jade crossbows, iron hails, and some peasant long spears, along with peasant horsemen. Yao Ming hitting that transform early. Decides to get up in the sky so he can potentially dodge those little Grom shots, I guess, a little more easily. Just operate alongside his righteous lances. But let's see, Little Grom, I think, is probably trying to target the grand cannon. There are two little Groms here, I should say, along with a front line of Kislev warriors with some armored Kossars to back him up, along with regular Kossars, Kossar spears, some winged lancers, a couple for cavalry support. But already this artillery fight not going great. Zhao also tries to send his Longmas to punish. The Ice Switch getting caught out here a little bit in front. I guess is maybe trying to bait these guys up into a blob so the little Groms can tear away some unit models. Honestly, wouldn't be the worst play if she doesn't die. But yeah, the Winged Lancers also. Kaiju understanding his win condition here. If he needs, well, he needs these Longmas to be able to operate freely. And in order to do so, he has to shut down the Winged Lancers. So why not? Especially you get good opportunity, just charge them directly. So they can't countercharge the Longmas once they're on the ground, and that's exactly what he does here. Prevents them from getting the benefit of that glorious charge, which is by far their best trait. Absolutely spectacular, actually. Yeah, so preventing them as much as possible from getting that's definitely the right call. He does take some damage on the pull away here, though, as he's not able to fully 100% disengage his units. Some unit models getting caught up there and probably killed off, which is a decent amount of lost value. But Zhao also going to start to disrupt due to little flying cycle charge shenanigans here. There are more Winged Lancers in the near vicinity. And, you know, point blank, these little Groms could be pretty accurate. But right now they haven't switched over to try and shoot Zhao in the face. Still trying to, I guess, go after this cavalry here. I mean, it's just peasant long horsemen, to be honest. But Grand Cannon has been dealt with. So, yeah, even though you risk shooting your own units a little bit here on this beautiful classic Tower of Hoeth map, I would definitely switch, at this point, just value trade only onto Zhao with those little Groms. Puts pressure on him to continue moving, basically continuously, and they do single entity good single entity damage. I mean, plus 25 bonus versus large. Kind of shows how they're meant to be used. But let's see, right now, Zhao able to work here. He does kind of have this obelisk somewhat for protection here. Can kind of operate in this area, try and swing behind it, block shots potentially. Uses his righteous lances to good effect here against supporting. Zhao kind of being the anvil as the hammer of the lances rides once more. Lancing the Lancers in the back, getting some good damage there. And the infantry fight, I think, is about to develop here as Cathay moves forward, having lost their own cannon. You can see little Groms trying to pull back, get into a position where they can continue shelling here. Cathay, yeah, the Iron Hail is going to get absolutely shredded by archers as soon as they pull up. But in the meantime, mobility fight still ongoing. The Winged Lancers pull through, actually get onto the the peasant horsemen, I should say. Immediately get rear charged by the Longmas. Once more, going to be a pretty disastrous scenario. And so far, like 2 out of 3 Winged Lancers are basically done. The other Winged Lancers still protecting the far flank. But yeah, now you can see the little Groms switching on to Zhao. He is doing some substantial damage, though, cutting up these supporting range units in the back line, anti-large and so forth. Dragon's Breath already netted him a good amount of value so far, but he definitely needs more to pay for himself. Right now, he's getting frostbitten by the Ice Switch. It's keeping him locked on the ground. Can't seem to get away, but the Van Bracelets will keep him alive, at least momentarily. And see that little Grom hit there. It's a good thing he had the Vambrace active to help resist some of that damage. But the Longmas move through, use their mobility to try and screen here. Eventually does get Zhao free. They're actually going to commit to a charge. Nope. Nope out of that. Zhao Rio charges the armored Kossars, and yeah, Cathay and infantry just not really engaging in melee too much. I mean, they do have the two Jade Warriors, but the others hanging back a little bit far. They're not going to be able to protect from the Winged Lancers impacting those Jade crossbows, but they don't honestly get that great of a charge. At least initially. It's going to do some damage for sure, but yeah, we'll keep things wide now as we've got a Snow Leopard summon on the field. Helping to try and control some of these Longmas and whatnot, see if they can't get some Frostbite perhaps there. Little Grom is pretty much done though. I guess the ranged focus been able to take down this weakened one, which is going to limit the amount of ammunition it's able to use. Pretty good stuff there. More AoE damage. And the Ice Witch trying to defend herself. Those Longmas took a pretty good beating, honestly, from that ice bombardment. Hailstorm, as it were. But she's hitting by her blood already. It's not a good sign. Peasant Long Spear is able to get in on a surround. I believe she's just on horseback. Yeah, not on the bear. Doesn't have the extra armor and HP. That would afford her. And it's going to be getting poked real good by these peasants. Anyway, don't think about that one too hard. What you should think about instead is beautiful Zhao cutting through the swaths of Kislev units here. Now, with his units in support, can get some really good work done. Acting has his own hammer. You know, can do both. That's the great thing about Zhao. He can be your hammer, he can be your anvil, he can be your crazy uncle and buy you Lego sets that you don't need, but you definitely want. Let's not get it twisted here. Anyway. Yeah, he's gonna come in, try and defend his archers a little bit more. Honestly, still pretty close, all things considered. The Ice Witch hanging on, Little Grom, and yeah, he's got Little Grom's got some ammunition left, not a ton to be honest. But Zhao, having already used his Vambrace, can't benefit from it again, so he's basically heal capped more or less, right? And it's gonna have to be careful about getting into too many unfavorable engagements. This one Winged Lancer also being quite healthy, able to clean up a lot of this backline is going to be a little bit of a problem. Zhao's also got his own magic to unleash here. Hailstorm, likewise, going to be punching pretty well for Kislev, so we'll see. This is definitely anyone's game, even 8 minutes in, as we get into this final phase here. Will Zhao's Cycle Charge be able to carry? Or can Little Grom put enough of a hurt on him to finish things off? The cavalry. The other thing, too, about it spending its time chasing routing units and making sure stuff, you know, is shattered and everything, is that it can't stay here to make sure that Zhao can't just cycle charge with impunity, right? They definitely, their mass and speed is needed to keep Zhao from just running around, so right now, pretty dangerous. You can see Zhao, again, Kaiju understanding. Wind condition, discharges Little Grom directly, pops a quick terror route on it, and is going to swing away to these Kossar spears. Hit them. Ooh, Little Grom does come back from route, though, and this is a dangerous position to be in. It's getting close on Grom crew POV. Oh, they're trying to extricate themselves from some random Cathayans running around here, and not able to really draw a bead and shoot. Poor Zhao's able to close the distance there. And he swoops down. Tower standing beautifully erect in the back. High Elves, no doubt, witnessing the battle from their balcony and laughing haughtily, even chortling, if you will. Yeah, Zhao not wanting to overextend too much. He still is going to get shot up by the bows of the Kossars a little bit here. They are to be respected in this late game, even with their small amount of numbers left. But so are the Jade Warriors here with their armor and shields, hence why the Kislev archers turn and focus them. Little Grom also trying to get away from the woods a little bit here. You can see Zhao kind of flying around in the woods, trying to use those trees to block the shots as much as possible. Wing Lancer's going to push forward, and things are all of a sudden not looking amazing for Cathay. Oh yeah, we have a little gust of true flight, extra accuracy for the Little Grom. I love that, to be honest. Make sure it can really land the shots it needs to against Zhao. They can take Zhao down here, that will be the game, but it doesn't give reload skill. It does headshot Zhao, though, on the charge. Ooh, absolutely brutal. He does get the charge off, though, which is going to bolster his leadership momentarily. He gets that fire breath off as well. Will it be enough to tear out away these units? Gets a few huge hits on Little Grom, and actually does terrify away the artillery. Will that cause a cascade of chain routing? Wing Lancers on the charge, looking to finish it off. They're going to get in on Zhao. He's got about 700 HP left. Dropping a little bit there. Gets some hits from the Winged Lancers. Ice Switch moves, and I think the loss of Zhao's leadership is going to be the game there. Yeah, it's not looking good for him. Ooh, Zhao goes down to the Ice Switch. And that will be a victory for Kislev. So unfortunate, but I appreciate Kaiju sending in a loss. You know, always got to respect that, definitely. Little Grom just proving too much there. That late game headshot right in Zhao's face. That crust of true flight, how much did it actually help? Hard to say. We'll say in our minds that it did help, but overall, the value for Kislev spread pretty evenly between a lot of different unit types and units. So I would just call that a nice combined arms win. Especially the 240 kills, 1400 value on the one Winged Lancer that was able to get loose in that back line. Absolutely just mop up a lot of units. And the Longmas, yeah, the Righteous Lances, the AP allows them to trade pretty well. The other ones, unfortunately, the lack of AP does mean that they don't trade necessarily as good against enemy heavy cavalry as you might like often. Like in this situation here, Flower having a greater number of cavalry, even though some of them got absolutely crushed. Well, even the ones that got absolutely crushed, still 600 value is respectable. Like, it's a return some value, not a complete loss. But overall, very interesting game for sure. And hopefully one that you enjoyed. I know I certainly did. Got me, kept me guessing there right until the end. I thought Cathay would probably walk away with it, but, you know, always gotta respect, again, players sending in a loss. Definitely appreciate that. So hopefully you guys do as well. If you do, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button. Every time I upload a video, you'll be notified. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.